Bueno, y nos encontramos con el gran Hugh Jackman, uno de los grandes del mundo del cine, y que regresa con la nueva aventura Logan. Hugh, hola, un placer. It's a pleasure.
Hola, it's my pleasure, trust me.
So, are you sure this is going to be your last time playing Wolverine? Why? Why did you decide to do that, my friend? Why?
I decided, it was really clear to me like 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, about 2 or 3 years ago that this was it. It just felt right. I was chatting with a friend and I was like, but I wasn't sure how to do it, how to do the last one. Wasn't even sure if I'd do a last one. And then when I came up with the idea, I started thinking about Unforgiven and The Wrestler. And I talked to Jim Mangold about it. I said, man, I want to do this. I don't know if they're going to say yes. But he was like, we just got so excited, started riffing. And that's when I went and met with the studio, fully expecting him to say no. But I wasn't bluffing. I said, guys, no offense. If you're not in, I get it, but I'm out. And they just said, literally on the spot, Emma Watts, Steve Asbell said, we're in, go for it. So I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
And that was it.
But it was a hard decision for you. Like, this is someone you're playing for 17 years.
Yeah.
A character that is very close to you, that you're going to be the Wolverine forever, even though if they come new ones.
Yeah.
How was it, the decision you went to bed like, yes, okay, this is it?
It's weird, when decisions are right, they feel clear. When I watched the film, I was nervous up until I saw the film. I felt so relieved and satisfied because I put a lot of pressure on myself and on the whole team. We all put pressure on it, of making the definitive movie about this character. Kind of amassing everything I knew and felt about this character that Jim felt over the last 17 years and putting it into 1 2-hour movie. It's daunting. When I saw it, I was so relieved. But the actual moment of saying that's it was clear to me because I was kind of running out of things to do or say. I couldn't think of anything else. As soon as I had this idea, I was so jazzed about it and so energized, and we went to battle and we fought to the last minute.
And it paid off.
Thank you.
It's a great movie. It sets apart from all the comic book movies that we're getting so tired of.
Right.
This is a different story. Even though it's the most brutal that we've seen in the movies, it's with the more heart. Why is that? What do you want it, or I think James Mangold wanted to do that different this time?
James puts it beautifully, and he said to me, he goes, this is a man that everyone he has known or loved has died. He's been surrounded by violence. He is a weapon himself. He's the ultimate destructive force, but that has a cost. It has a price. And for him, it's this hard outer shell. He's tough and angry, but you need to understand the effect of his life, of the disappointment, of everything about his life, what it's been to him, to understand the rage. So we thought, okay, it's got to be violent. Not violent for the hell of it, not violent because it's cool or gory, but violent because it's unsettling and we get to understand what motivates this guy.
And those motivations are sometimes very actual, even though we're living in a world far ahead.
Right.
But they're ringing the bell like today's.
Yeah.
Is that something that you made, or the director and the team made beforehand, or?
Some of the things like the border wall and all that, and all the refugee stuff, that was before it was appearing in the news. But I think James Mangold, Scott Frank talked about it. You could feel that shift. There was a shift to closing off. Not just in America, in Europe, around the world, this idea of, is multiculturalism a good thing? Should we stay more separate? You know, is it good to build a fence between you and your neighbors and just wave at them and be nice but not really involved? Maybe that's better, simpler, easier. But is it as satisfying? Is it ultimately as fulfilling? And our movie is really ultimately saying it is more fulfilling to connect. It may be messy, it may be frustrating and annoying or even dangerous, but ultimately it's what the human experience is, to try and connect.
And that's what the movie is doing, connecting with people. It's like I said before, the realness of this movie, it's great, and many people are gonna be surprised.
I hope so.
Even though diehard fans, what do you think they're gonna take when they see this movie that is not that attached to what they were used to seeing Wolverine?
Well, I think Deadpool was successful because it's a brilliant, funny movie, but it's authentic to that character. Fans saw that and went, yeah, that's Deadpool, man.
Yeah.
People who didn't know Deadpool just went, that's a great movie. That's kind of what we wanted for this. And let me be clear, our script was way before Deadpool came out. It's not like we were copying it, but that idea of making something authentic to the character, and my gut feeling from talking and meeting with fans is they're going to think this movie, this Logan, is authentic to that character. And if you've never seen a comic book movie or ever read a comic, you're just going to think that's a great movie. That's our hope.
Have you given any thought of, like, oh, if they're doing a new Wolverine, who would you like to see doing the character?
I get asked it in interviews, and honestly, I really don't think about it. I mean, but I'm that guy. Like, if I audition, I don't mind if someone got offered the part before me. I'm not like, that's part of the gig, you know. Like, I was not offered Logan. Someone else had the part before me.
Yeah.
In a way, maybe it's arrogance or something. But if I have the opportunity to play it, I'm going to give it everything. But it's not mine. I don't own it. This character existed 37 years before me, and hopefully it'll exist 300 years after me. It's a great character. Someone else will play it, but I haven't really thought about who's going to play it next.
So what's next? You're doing many other movies, many other things. You're singing. That's the connection that some people, when they see you in your career, he's so versatile. He can sing, he can dance, he can kick ass, he can do everything. That's what's fun about being an actor?
For me, that's... When you go to drama school, I went to drama school for 4 years. You do a class every hour, and it can be circus skills to Shakespeare, to voice, to movement, to dance. Like, I loved that. Some hated that. I love doing different things, learning different things every day. For me, somehow, the process of learning and challenging yourself and doing things that are not necessarily comfortable is the most satisfying.
What would you miss from Wolverine?
I'll miss that character. When I see that character on the screen, I love that character. I really do. I love him, and but he's always there with me. Those fans will always be there with me. They come up to me every day, and I'm sure they still will. Yeah. I have nothing but feelings of gratitude and feeling blessed, really.
Well, it looks like that. It's like that, Logan. So go see it. Vayan a ver Logan, Wolverine. Gracias.
Gracias.
Un placer.
Thank you.